Hey, I'm Bean, and this is my third Zero to Hero challenge. We've done Arms Warrior, and we've done Holy Paladin. But now, it's time for maximum brain-off gameplay. We're doing Frost DK. It's meta and OP as hell. So here's how the challenge works. I take a new character from character creation all the way to 2500 IO in M+. There's no stipulations on anything other than all my score must be earned only playing with pugs. Basically, every dungeon is a gamble between progress and chaos. So no playing with friends or premates and no getting boosted. I'm playing with strangers and I'm praying for the best. So after finishing my Holy Paladin Zero to Hero, I had a poll and Frost DK won, so I made Sidelich. I leveled Sidelich at the end of Season 2 right before the new patch, and I timed it perfectly. We had Turbulent Timeways, Winds of Mysterious Fortune, and even the Dark Moon Fair, who's basically raining XP. So I blasted through a bunch of time walking dungeons to get the Turbulent Timeways buff stacked up, then I ran through Dragonflight and War Within questing. Whenever my buff would start to get low, I'd just throw in another dungeon and re-up it. Once the Koresh patch dropped, I cleared the campaign, got my Delve tiers redone, ran Mythic Zeros with friends, which is allowed, but you do not get IO score from doing M0. And I even dabbled a little bit in some of the raid as well, just to get ready for Season 3. During the first week of the season, I was mainly playing on my Feral Druid with my friends, just kind of goofing off. I did use Sidelich to kind of get my tier 11 Delves, just to get a little bit of those Gilded Crests early on in the season and some of the hero gear from the Bountiful Delves. I basically wanted to make sure that by the time I started the challenge, I would be able to craft my weapon pretty quickly. By the end of week 2, I was pretty much ready to start my challenge, so I jumped into the keys. This is where the real challenge begins. Diving headfirst into Mythic Plus with nothing but pugs, a frosty weapon, and way too much confidence. Let's get started.
Oh shit, here we go again.
So we're jumping into a Dawnbreaker +3. So this is a pretty easy key with no deaths, so I'm just going to go over some Frost DK stuff. Frost DKs are a tanky and bursty melee class with combat res, grips, and anti-magic zone. They use runes and runic power as their resources, and I went with a two-hander build for simplicity's sake. Basically, single target is Obliterate and Frost Strike, and AoE is Frost Scythe and Glacial Advance. As a quick aside, this courtyard next to the second boss is an awful place to get your trash count. Too many casts going up. Hate it. Yeah, do not recommend. Anyways, back to the Frost DK info. Killing Machine procs incentivize Obliterate and Frost Scythe spam for maximum damage. And you basically send all your cooldowns and trinkets together at the beginning for big damage. You can fit in a Pillar of Frost window in between your bigger damage windows. I went ahead and knocked out this +3, not too bad, no deaths, and got this awful natural 1 roll. But there we go. I got my first bit of score, 181 score, 686 eye level. And yeah, I go ahead. I've got some gilded saved up from some of my tier 11 delves and stuff. So I craft my 722 hander and check out Obly and Biceps Pump for more in-depth Frost DK builds and rotations and stuff. So next, I jump into a Tazavash Streets of Wonder +4. We jump in here and Zofex. He's basically General Grievous. It's a pretty fun boss. You just avoid his frontals and the circles around the room. Pick up your weapon if it gets impounded, and if you get selected for interrogation, run far away, unlike this mage, who gets obliterated by it. You have a ton of time to run away from it, though. Like, check this out. If you get away with the interrogation... Yeah. Plenty of time to take care of it. Not bad at all. So yeah, that's Zofex. Pretty fun fight. I like this boss. I actually really like this dungeon for a lot of the boss fights. And then I get to experience a little bit of what it feels like to be meta and OP for once. Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but for my second key, I feel like it's pretty nice to be doing that kind of damage.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Jump into the Postmaster fight. Not too hard either. Just soak the purple shit so that you have some space to walk on the floor. Don't get too many stacks, unlike our mage here, though. I think he had 3 stacks, and when the big AoE comes out, it's too much damage for him. When you have the money order soak, bring it to the boss, and you can actually keep doing damage while you have it on you. Unlike me there, where I was kind of just standing there. We'll talk more about Soasmi in later episodes, but we did not have trouble on this particular key. Can be much more of a problem later on. But yeah, Soasmi, not too bad. Get a 211 score here, puts me at 392 score. Pretty good. So anyways, I jump into a Ara-Kara +6, and we have a fun little conversation to go on about who the priest should PI. So he says, who do I PI? Shaman's in Ascendance probably, and DK otherwise, says the hunter. You'll see after the first pull, laughing out loud. Frost is pretty OP right now though. And he says, I'll PI DK on first pull, since they are broken. And I'm just like, I'll try to pump. Highest DPS gets it on cooldown. Hell yeah. Make me proud. Make me proud. And then the shaman hits me with this bullshit. Hope you DC on the first pull, DK. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. That was pretty hilarious, though. But, you know, of course I take it seriously. So this first pull, I'm fucking locked in.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard.
And so that was a fun little moment. Despite all that, I'm barely above him in overall DPS. But we get into a Nubizek. We've got infestation going on the shaman. He gets stuck on the wrong side of the train tracks. Priest pulls him over, but it's too late. He does succumb to his infestation. I send a B-res. Things go fine the rest of that fight. Then we get into this Overseer pool with the drones. So the drones are putting a slow stack on the tank, and it needs to be dispelled whenever the Overseers put out their circles. Other than that, you do want to make sure you are interrupting the Venom Volley from the Overseers, because that hurts a whole ton. So as we're fighting, yeah, our tank.
He needs some milk.
So our tank has died, and I panic, and I did not have the runic power that I needed to send the combat res, so I fucking run away like a bitch.
You're just a bitch.
Correct.
You're honestly, you really are a bitch.
So we're running away, we're dealing with the affix and touching each other's balls. Thankfully, the tank does make it back to us, but I'm still kind of hesitant to start fighting. I get in there though, the shaman dies. I am nearly killed myself. Very close call there. I do manage to pull it out with some defensives. We take care of the rest of the drones here. And thank God we are able to finish this pool despite that with minimal deaths, honestly. So that was impressive.
Fucked up. Fucked up stuff right there.
I'm glad you're concerned. I am too.
So we're starting the boss fight with the Harvester here. We do not have trash. Then tragedy strikes over here. What the fuck? Our shaman was just killed by this carrier patrol that somehow got pulled onto the fight. I did not realize this until editing this, what exactly had happened there. But yeah, I sent the B-res, but this pool's fucked. Look at yeah. Good times. So now we're like, okay, well, now let's go take care of this trash count here. Nobody interrupts either of the Overseers. Demolishes us. And we have another wipe. Or at least you would think it's a wipe. The tank is still alive, and this pool is still going. People run into it, and we just have more deaths from the same horrible pool.
I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. It's lost the plot.
What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
And so I just end up waiting there. Luckily, I did not get close enough to be a part of that second wipe. We finish off the Overseers on a much better pool. We jump into the Harvester fight once again. Still don't have trash. We're at 99% now. Fuck up using my disadvance and still get stuck into the pool there. I'm standing way too far away when I could still be doing damage. If you get that poison waves on you, if you just kind of box around the enemy so no one gets hit by the waves, you can still do damage. Which I think I do stay close this time right here as we finish off the boss. Yeah, just like make a square around the boss if there's multiple people. But we go finish up the trash, get about 212 score. I'm at 604 now. And yeah, good times. I even get a sack brood out of the chest there. Hell yeah. So now I'm at 696 eye level, and I'm jumping into a Priory +7. Still only have a 2-piece, but this key goes actually really well. Hell yeah. We only have 3 deaths, and the first one is this dumb shit. I just walk into the Brittle Smash. I thought it was about to be over. I jumped in too early, and I was chatting with the Rhett a little bit. Hey, I said, Rhett, we pumping. And then we are pumping. It's good times. He says, my GPU also pumping. Feels good. So we jump into the fight with Merprey. No trouble at all until the ads come in the second phase. Our hunter does get nuked by the ads, unfortunately. I send a B-res though. We're still taking out the boss. Not really any issues going on. I get selected with the Purify here, and then the Rhett gets blinded right in the path of the Purify's consecration. He gets taken out because he's blinded. And then we finish off the boss, get 268 score, puts me at 872. I apologize for what I did to you with that Purify there, buddy. And I get some hero feet from the chest. Hells yeah. Brings me up to 697 eye level. And I'm jumping into a Floodgate +7, and this first pull you know sucks. The Shrednator 3000 has the Shredation blades they put out, the Flamethrower frontal that rotates, the Surveyors put the Surveying beam, the Loader bots wind up on you, and the Undercrawler's doing the Lethargic Venom, so...
Oh my god. Shit everywhere. He's shit everywhere!
It's a bad time, but I think we only have the 1 death there. So, not too shabby. Demon Hunter's definitely laying down the damage as well, so hell yeah. As DK, I have my Mind Freeze and I have my, frontal stun. Don't remember the name of it. But I also have Grips, which can be used to interrupt, so keep that in mind. Then we go into the duo fight here. When you get the kinetic gel, you want to go stand on as many bombs as you can. If you can get 3 at once, that's amazing. The healer should take care of you. If they don't, pop a defensive. So we do have a death here. The death counter goes up. The priest, I believe, is who died. They proc the angel, but I'm just curious about how this works. I don't understand it. I thought they were supposed to actually die after the angel proc ends, but they stay alive, and I don't think we use any combat res, so what happens? If you... Is it just a cheat death? But you still get a death on the death counter? I don't know. If anybody knows how it works, educate me. But yeah, other than the kinetic gel to blow up the bombs, you also want to aim Bront at the bombs. If you can get multiple in his path, that's great. Make sure you dodge it when he heads towards you. And the tank will always be the 3rd selected target for his charge. And we jump into Swamp Face. We have to see Bubbles being brutalized.
Don't do it to me. I beg you. No.
That boss fight goes perfectly splendid though. And we jump into this pool, which I've talked about before in some of my other Zero to Heroes. This pool kind of sucks because the jump starter's putting circles all over the ground. The electricians are spamming lightning bolts, which apply a dot. And the inspectors do that purple frontal, which not only damages you, but also stuns you for 5 seconds. Luckily, I do not get stunned into a circle. So I kind of got lucky there. Normally, if you get stunned there, it's a death sentence. But we finish up the fight with Gigazap here, and I get 267 score, puts me at 1139. Hells yeah. Then I jump into a Gambit +7, and I really just love this beginning area here just because of the massive Murloc pools. It's just so satisfying. But in these pools, pay attention to the Fishmancers putting out the volatile pufferfish big circles. You want to dodge those. Whenever fish sticks get placed, you want to focus those down ASAP. They give a damage taken reduction to Murlocs, and they heal the Murlocs every 3 seconds, so you want to take those down ASAP. Other than that, there's the Shell Crushers. You want to interrupt and CC the cry of Murgulurgler. It enrages enemies, increasing their damage by 50%. Those enemies can be soothed, so if you have Soothe, use it there. And these Shell Crackers do a Tank Buster and a Knockback. The tank will want to aim that away. For the Goliaths here, dodge their big circles and use the defensive for their tidal stomps. Keep in mind that the Murlocs do run away at low health, so CCing, and if you're a DK, you can grip them here. We spend quite a bit of time here, getting all the way down to 47% of our trash taken care of. Luckily, the Rogue lets us skip the first batch of the Stormforged Guardians, which are awful to fight as melee because of this big AoE around themselves they do. Most of the dungeon actually goes incredibly smoothly though. For these adorned Starseers, just avoid their frontal lines. We do have a death here to one of those. And then whenever a Pulsar comes out, make sure you swap to it. It does bad pulsing damage to the party. And the Focus Ritualist, make sure you interrupt Unstable Rift. For Solea, the tank should bring Solea off to the side during this part of the fight so you can position your camera to watch the projectiles that are coming out. Yeah, we do have actually 2 deaths in a row. Our monk there dies, I send a B-res, and they die again immediately. Really unlucky. But we finish up the dungeon. I get 269 points, putting me at 1408. And it's good times all around. Jump into an Ara-Kara again, a +7 this time. Got slightly higher eye level, but my damage is already showing quite an improvement. I think I was only hitting like 9 million before. And right there, I hit 13. Oh man. So these Blood Guards are awful. They have an aura that protects nearby enemies by 50% damage taken reduction. And then when they hit 100 energy, they do this Locust Swarm, which is just a big AoE. Use a defensive if you or a pot, keep yourself alive during that. And then they're also paired with these Web Mages, who you want to keep interrupted whenever they do their Revolting Volley.
Yoink! Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, there's a small enemy spider.
Now, these stag shells are the most dangerous thing. Whenever you see a stag shell, hyper-focus the stag shell to death. And you want to stagger your CCs with your team to keep it from getting off the alarming shrill, because this will aggro all mobs within 50 yards and summon an extra Blood Guard to the fight. And if that happens, rip. The pool's fucked. So take care of the stag shells first, then focus the Blood Guard down to get rid of that damage reduction for the other mobs, and be ready to interrupt the Web Mage's Revolting Volley. Here you can witness me struggling to target the Blood Guard. Sometimes when there's so much going on the screen, I don't know who I'm targeting. So I did spend a lot of time attacking that stupid Web Mage when I should have been focusing the Blood Guard down. But yeah, that's why this pool ends up taking so long. We have multiple deaths from the other DPS. Then on our way to the second boss, our tank decides to fly off the side there. Hilarious. I barely saw it. Like, I had to go in this footage and zoom in for, there's just like 1 second where I can see him falling off the edge from my camera or my perspective. I believe I can fly. It was hilarious. And we jump into this boss fight, which we talked about a little bit earlier. I'm not sure exactly what kills the priest here, but I do send a B-res. And that's more good times. And you know, I thought we were doing much better this time around in the first key. You know, things went great until we got to about this part. And kind of the same thing happens this time around. The dungeon's not going too bad. We get to this like final area and it happens again to our tank. This time I sent a B-res almost immediately. I did as fast as I could. It's not fast enough to save the party though. So we actually do have trash taken care of, but the boss is still at 50% and we only have like 15 seconds to go here. So it's not good. And then I goof up using my Death's Advance at the wrong moment here. So I use it too early, and our Evoker keeps dying. I use Death's Advance too early before the pool, so it's actually going to run out before, and then that puddle I tried to go behind just in case gets taken, and I get the debuff there. But before the end of this boss fight, I've got a quick plug. Got to pull up for the next 0 to hero. Dev Evoker, Affliction Lock, and Resto Druid. Affliction's winning, but barely. So if you ever wanted to watch me suffer through dots or healing strangers, now's your chance to tip the scales. So we finish off the boss. I get my paltry sum of 31 points. It's still points, right? And then we've got our final key, a Dawnbreaker +8. Final key of this episode. And you've got to dodge the frontals in this dungeon, guys. Only 2 deaths in this dungeon. Our warrior got hit by that frontal. Happens. And then our demon hunter, I think he was going into I-beam there. Not 100% sure. I think he might have got locked there and got killed by that frontal. But we finish off, get 103 points. Got 1,542 points. Get a chest piece here at the end. And yeah, it's looking like this is going to be a 3-part series, guys. Despite the good start, though, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There will be struggles coming soon. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.